Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I am your host, Caleb Perez. I am here with Alex.
Yo.
Colby.
Yo. What that? That's my line.
Pichu.
Yo. Zoom in on that.
You guys have anything going on in your lives that you?
I have to go to the store after this.
Ah, that's super cool.
I too have to go to the store after this.
What are you gonna go buy?
Where are you gonna go buy?
A vase and Legos.
No, I'm not.
Nice.
Not for me. Socks and tank tops. Also, just because my mom made fun of me for it, I have mismatching socks today. But guess what? I do it because I'm quirky, bitch.
Nice. So that's Alex's grocery list. Colby, what's your grocery list?
I don't remember.
You're gonna buy like a box of chocolates?
No.
I was actually going to buy myself chocolates, but then I woke up a little late, so then I didn't want to go to the store anymore.
Fair.
Chocolate.
I'm not really that big of a chocolate guy anymore as I've grown up.
All right, and Alex has been exiled from Totally Oblivious. He will no longer be seen.
Mute Alex.
Mute Alex.
Oh no, like as I've gotten older, it's just I don't know, sugary things with me. I just don't perform.
The same, but that's why I eat the dark chocolate.
Yeah, dark chocolate. Like, there's a certain percentage that you get of dark chocolate that makes it like perfect. Like, it's not too sweet, not too bitter. It's just like a perfect taste.
I just stopped liking chocolate. I'm gonna be honest. It kind of hurts my teeth.
It's not. It's probably candied that you don't really like.
Probably. Honestly,
that's why I don't eat the candy chocolate either. I actually Caleb sticks like dark chocolate.
I'm sick of food. Honestly, I understand.
I think I've gluttoned myself so much that I'm just like, dude, I'm good, dog.
I think there's just certain points of the year that your body gets to a point where it just doesn't want to eat anymore. Cause like for me, like it gets to like June and I'm just like literally I'll eat like a peach and that'll be all I eat for the entire day.
Wild.
Yeah. I don't know why that happens, but sometimes I'm like specifically June, I just am not hungry.
Couldn't really relate to that, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to eat today.
I don't want to see.
I like that too, where you feel like a thing in your stomach, like it's just like full.
A little bit. That I can relate to.
See, but you haven't ate all day. And
for me, it's just I'm satisfied. I just like
you don't get hungry.
I wish I had that. I wouldn't be 250. I would at least be 180.
Oh, poor Alex.
I'm more than 180.
I'd be as much as Colby, probably. How much are you?
200.
Really? That's what I would look like if I was 200.
I guess so. Well, something funny I saw today. I was showing Colby this morning. I can't show it to any of you at home because copyright, most likely. But I saw this, like, have you seen those videos where they take a song and they turn it into a completely different song?
A parody?
Not a parody, but like with video game music, they turn it into like a completely different song altogether.
Yeah, sometimes.
So this morning I was just scrolling through YouTube and somebody turned the Kahoot song into Sephiroth's theme. It's so good. Fit perfectly. I don't know how it happens. They just somehow create bangers without even trying.
Yeah, they get high on Discord with their friends and just make it a beat. I've literally been in them.
That makes sense.
So what's today's topic?
You had something man, today. The world is weird right now. There are things, Chinese balloons in the air.
Is this the
things that we're shooting
the conspiracy
down.
Episode? Is that why you put on the hood in the beginning?
Yeah. What's going on in the world? The secret societies. No, we're gonna talk about the aliens.
Okay, I guess.
So, all I really know is that people are seeing weird things in the sky. They're getting shot down. Or allowing to just exist. But my opinion is they're not aliens. It's just like the
actual term UFOs.
The Axis.
So you're saying the Axis is flying all the way over here and getting shot down? They don't care. They're just like...
Well, I don't think there's people inside.
What the fuck is the Axis?
Like, people against us.
Okay, that's a new term I've never heard.
Axes? You never heard of Axes?
No, that's a new one.
Axis and allies?
Well, usually when I refer to access, I usually refer to like the original trio. I didn't think that term was like still in use.
I think so.
What the fuck is that?
So I've read somewhere that they're describing these things as like non-engine kind of things. Like it's like propulsion, like non-propulsion. Is that was the right?
That's the UFO term I know.
The UFO.
The UFOs.
So what are we gonna talk about? Like
What do you want in specific here? Like
are you suggesting?
I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I was making fun of was on the timeline. Everyone was like, "Dude, what the fuck's happening in Canada?" And then I proceeded to make the bit. Damn. I was like, "Damn, does Canada have aliens or not?" And then somebody else said, "Like, it's crazy. Out of all the locations they choose to show up at, it's Canada." I'm like,
Maple syrup.
yeah. Apparently that syrup must go crazy.
They need that's their grocery list.
They
wanted
fuel
some
their
maple
UFOs
syrup.
with maple syrup. They
Apparently.
just straight siphon. That's their gas station. They plug it into their UFO. It's like and then like they're off.
I need you to zoom in on all of that and animate that. All the sound effects that he just did, the water sound effect, and then like I want a spaceship
water.
flying across the screen
Yeah,
with Colby in it.
Colby inside.
Photoshop Colby as a green alien with antenna. Just make him Piccolo.
I don't like green though.
Colby's
Caleb.
Martian the Martian the Martian. Yes, Marvin the Martian.
I guess it's kind of interesting. I think it might be just a similar like case to back what happened back during the Cold War. Everyone's all like, "Hey yo, there's something in the sky. It's the Russians," but just replace it with the Chinese. But it was just with the balloon.
Could still be the Russians. We don't know who it is.
So I read this thing about classified documents in like that era.
Mm-hmm.
And they, you know how they always talk about like the crashed UFOs and how they got them, and then it's just like wiped.
Mm-hmm.
So now I guess they're declassified now, and you can actually, I guess, allegedly, you can look up what that crash was all about, and that they actually reverse engineered that UFO, and they're using vibration and sound to manipulate the UFO. That's why it's not.
Isn't that one guy on the you guys don't watch the Zero Rogan Experience? Like Joe, like one of Joe's best episodes was apparently with a guy who worked at Area 51, and he describes it like that. I don't know if that's the exact story, but like it makes sense. You can move shit with sound. It's actually kind of fascinating.
I showed Caleb this
true.
video of someone had a faucet on, and they just like have a certain frequency blasted, and the water just freezes.
Yeah.
It's like very interesting. That's science. Like that is science, and we're learning about
science,
it.
bitch.
Science. It's true. Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be when you have and it's the Cold War, and like MK Ultra, like the the USSR and the USA were doing some crazy shit.
Bad stuff too.
Yes. So like finding a random thing in the middle of the desert and being like, okay, hold on. Okay. I want to sidetrack here. Roswell, UFO or balloon?
Balloon.
Colby.
I don't know.
Okay.
Go over Roswell again.
UFO crashes in the desert. I don't think it's shot down, but it just crashes in New Mexico. And the U.S. government shows up. It's not anything particularly here, and basically, I think from Roswell onward, everybody was all like UFOs.
See, I guess the definition of UFO is kind of.
I like how we're
clouded.
saying UFO, but it's supposed to be UFO. I'm just making it funny.
We say
UFO. I say UFO.
every
You say
time.
UFO?
But we never say anything right here.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't think like the definition's a little cloudy because people always associate it to like
Aliens. That's why they made AFO.
But I don't think it's aliens. It's still unidentified, but it's not extraterrestrial.
Okay, so I'm gonna add on to that. So the government like released all those like videos and stuff for like, hey, remember that shit that we saw over like the ocean or whatever? And it's like the you know what videos I'm talking about, right? The ones that kind of got leaked or whatever. And they're like, yeah, this is real. We're not gonna elaborate on it. So like it kind of makes me think that Roswell and like all the past shit we've done like has like a 60%, like a 60-40 on it now, and then instead of like a 50-50.
Well, like I said, they apparently declassified one of the.
Yeah. So like I think about it now and I'm all like, it's like, maybe this is the slow way you introduce it to people. Like maybe
without people going crazy.
Exactly. Is it just that scenario where like, okay, they know it exists. We've mentioned it. It's like what you do like during dating, like dating somebody, like where you want to bone them, but you're just like, nah, I'm joking, man, I'm joking. Unless and like this is how they do it. Like Alien Project Blue Book. Oh yeah, that might have been a thing. That might, who knows, man. Like here it is, a book form. You can have it, and like they're just slowly doing it until they're like, yeah, there's green people.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a little fishy. There's the U.S. I don't really trust the government that much. I just feel like it's a little fishy that it's kind of like getting seeped that it's like, ooh, there's these little green people from outer space.
They're actually
flying
like
around
10 foot tall.
But like, I more feel like the U.S. is like hiding like their technologies and stuff.
That's like that other 40% is. It's like it's a maybe.
40%. I feel like that's more likely than little green people.
Nah, like I know, like I kind of agree with that, but I'm all like math and the universe.
This gets into like the area of where people start to believe in like secret societies and like hidden
agendas, which is not entirely wrong.
People that rule the world,
because like even with that example, I know I say on the podcast like I don't browse 4chan, I just hear 4chan stories, and a lot of the time when there's a really good thread of just random motherfuckers like, hey, this child here's all the links of all the atrocities they've ever done and the links, and then like we have our that's a European one that I referenced, but like in here in America, Epstein and the entire Black Book case, so you can Google literally all their names.
Isn't that supposed to be like fully released soon? Was that today that was supposed to be released, or is it sometime this week?
I can't remember.
That's actually, I thought it already dropped.
It might have.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, no, like, but like,
of course, that's not headlining the news.
It did, but then the UFO thing came up and they headlined that.
Suspicious.
Wait a minute. That's true.
So it's kind of like that, where it's all like you start to enter like the whole like there's weird shit happening. To look me straight in the face and say the government isn't doing anything weird behind closed doors of a variety of topics is like so fucking wrong. It's unbelievable. So it's just like, are they aliens? Maybe. Or there is a secret ring of child eating weirdos in the government? Maybe.
I just feel like it's like too good to be true that there's you
find it too sexy. The idea of it's too sexy.
It makes like us people look like the good guys when in reality we're terrible. Because like if there's something coming out and from outer space that's like, we're gonna kill you guys, it's like, ooh, now we have an enemy to fight against. But right now it's like, distract them from what's really happening, bad things in the world.
Yeah, that is true. I'm always 50-50 on this one. This enters either like government or actual like other thing that we were talking about, because it's always a weird split case.
Look, I'd love for aliens to be real. I really would,
I want aliens to reality check us and be like, why the fuck y'all racist for? But like, no, like,
wouldn't they also be racist though?
No, okay. So here's the thing about aliens and like the actual like non-monkey brain take on it. They should, in theory, depending on the type of alien, because there's multiple ways to think about it, but like the traveler kind, the self-traveler, not a drone one. I'll explain that here in a bit. It should be peaceful, because why would they just show up to a planet? Okay, I'm gonna give a lot of scientific examples here. Why would they show up to a planet with limited resources, an already populated thing where resources are already being taken, when they can quite literally, as we've discovered ourselves, I don't know, you need gold or something, or diamond. Mathematically speaking, there are literally entire planets with unquantifiable amounts of like diamond, gold, like extremely like useful resources to actually make something. So to show up to Earth and be like, we're just gonna take it over, it's really dumb.
Well, I mean, there's also a resource called people.
See,
water.
but even then, human labor, if you're gonna look at it, is fucking worthless. You can make a robot and like it can like do 10 times the work.
Tell that to other people.
Yeah, but like we haven't made robots sufficient enough to do that yet. I'm assuming a traveling race that shows up probably already has that, and it's just like, oh, look at the monkeys. Bye.
It could.
It could, but then on the other side, there is the idea that some races might use a nano machine ones that just like carve up everything in sight regardless of what it is. That's probably one a lot of people think of, where it just kind of shows up. It's like materials, and it just fucking destroys everything and then produces what it needs to.
There was this story, I think Caleb watched it with me, about, it was like a UFO story, and they spotted like these UFOs on radar. I think it's Lake Superior there above. And they were sitting there for like hours, and they're like trying to figure out what they were doing.
They were just refueling. Someone was taking a piss.
It was like that they claimed like, or they had the idea that they were like taking water or something. Do you remember that one?
I don't
Somebody
think
was
so.
thirsty.
Oh.
Yeah, we need a gallon of it. They got to put it in the engine.
It's interesting stuff though. Like once you kind of stumble across something like this, and then you start like making all these other connections like a web, and you're like,
all conspiracies are true.
So where was this? Where was this at again?
somewhere in Michigan, I believe.
They just stopped by the alien 7-Eleven.
Well, they're it's either
Superior.
Lake Superior or something, like the Great Lakes, and then they're seeing it on radar.
Oh,
and it was just
that's
sitting
right.
there.
Okay, I do remember that now.
Yeah, it's just like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like they don't really like these UFOs. I don't know. It's weird.
It's
They're not exactly coming out guns blazing. Da 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 da.
Yeah, we're just here for some water. We're all good, dog. Anyway, deuces. Like, okay.
Sorry,
and even
Timmy
then-
had to pee.
Hold on. Even then, going back to the whole like sexy idea, like, oh, there's aliens. Like, I feel like the idea of just some like space conquering like evil group of aliens is probably what a lot of people think, but like probably in reality, aliens probably don't give a fuck.
Most likely, no.
I just
If they do exist, they really couldn't care.
yeah, they wouldn't.
less.
They it's just be like, okay, it's a bunch of monkeys. Who gives a fuck? I need to eat this star.
Eat a star.
Stars are actually extremely useful for a lot of things, at least to our knowledge. So,
Yeah.
so if anything, they wouldn't actually care about us. They'd care about the sun. They'd be like, "Ooh, we need to refuel."
I guess.
So that one's probably the most scientific one. If anything, is probably a star, because you can get a lot of. Actually, not saying it out loud, you can get a lot of shit from a star. You can get gold, hydrogen,
A wish.
that too.
A wish right now.
That fucking
And that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars.
sucked. But
Val, cover your ears.
it did, bro.
I didn't even watch it.
Neither did I. I was working.
I watched it because Val wanted to watch it.
Sure.
I usually don't watch half times. I mean, Superb Owl half times.
Superb Owl.
But just Val really wanted to watch Riri, so I said, okay.
She's never gonna make another album again. By the way,
She's
This game
too
over.
many babies.
A$AP Rocky put it in that work.
She's like a rabbit. Just babies keep pumping out.
Not like Chris Rock though.
Chris-
Not Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
What's his fucking name? I forgot his name. He's like 10 kids with 10
Nick
different women or
Cannon?
whatever. Yeah, there we go. Powerful Queen Cannon.
Now that man is a rabbit.
Extremely. But like, you know, aliens are fascinating and all, but I just don't really find like humans are so funny. Like we think of the most like hardcore death scenarios, and I'm like, what if you actually peel it back and realize it ain't that deep, bro?
It's not that
The
complicated.
thing that gets me is like, there's a lot of people who don't believe in it, and then suddenly they come out with a story. They're like, and they can't explain it, and they still don't really believe.
I'm telling you, man, it's
But
just the use of just being like, oh, there's aliens.
Ooh,
But I don't
so-
really care for the current moment in time. You're gonna have to wait for that. Like they do that every time.
I don't
It's
know. I
like-
feel like the USA has been hiding it though.
It's
Yeah.
like what I do with Angie. She tries to go over to the TV and turn off the Xbox, and to distract her, I
That's
get my
that's the fucking first time I've actually seen the Xbox off here.
yeah. My dad likes leaving it on, but sometimes she crawls over and tries to turn on the turn off the Xbox, and so I pull up my phone and I start clicking the flashlight on and off, and like a little moth to the flame, she turns around and starts crawling straight towards the flashlight.
What a dumb little baby.
It works every time, but it works on adults too. You just have to use a different kind of flashlight.
Porn.
You just have to use porn.
Well, it depends on the adult. With me, it'd probably just be like a
Porn.
burrito or rice.
Burrito and porn.
No.
They're like boobies, 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 boobies.
No,
Alex is like
actually, I
burrito.
won't lie. It's kind of a turn off nowadays. I'm like, ew. I don't like this.
Burritos?
No, I love burritos. Not Taco Bell burritos, though. Those are ass.
true.
I've never had one before.
Good. Keep it like that. Don't give
I
them
just
money.
look at it and I'm like, doesn't look good.
I don't trust Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is garbo.
Yes. Watch the food tier list if you want to see how much we hate Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is ass. Do you
I
think there's
agree.
lizard people,
No.
Colby?
I don't know. There's a lot. I go by what I'm seeing and I'm told these stories. I don't know. I'm not out there looking for them, so I can't say no.
What if what if there were lizard people? What would you do?
I would want to talk to them, I guess. And see
Guys,
Why are you a lizard?
why are you lizard?
We actually the descendants of dinosaurs taking physical form.
Okay, I don't care anymore.
You think you'd be interested in that? You love dinosaurs.
That'd be Alex interviewing one of them.
No, I'd be like,
How is that not interesting to you? You love dinosaurs.
That's what Alex says. Whenever you ask them a question and then they
I
start
don't care
explaining it. Okay, I don't care anymore.
the U.S. government be like, whoa, I don't care. No, I'd be kind of I wouldn't know what to ask. Actually, I'd be like,
Want to play Smash Brothers?
and you know what? Unironically, I'd be like, I don't know what to ask you. It'd feel like you'd have to tell me in conversation. Like we'd be playing Halo Combat Evolved, and you'd be like, yeah, no, some of those flood things actually existed, and I'd be like, no way. Like it was a fucking
That's cool.
It'd be like the Joe Rogan experience. Me and him are just doing something, and it'd be like, one time, man, I fought this fucking T-Rex back in the day. I'd be like, no fucking
How
shit.
old are these guys?
Oh yeah, I'm about a couple million years old. How the fuck
Can
does
they
that
time
work?
travel?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe in this example, they're just really old.
Okay.
Like, how does that feel to be millions of years old? The pain is eternal and suffering.
It's more realistic to be 1,000,000 years old than to time travel.
Sure. In this example, I don't know.
You're the one
if
creating
they
this
time
scenario.
travel and then 1,000,000 years, then they would be 1,000,000 years old,
Interesting.
making both true.
Interesting concept.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, it's to me it'd be very interesting in a way if all aliens and lizard people were real. But in reality, we live in a very boring world, and more than likely, it's just
You think there's an American Dad scenario where somebody's harboring an alien?
somebody.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Hypothetically, it's just a boring alien. He's not even cool. He's just man, I don't got a ride. You think I can crash with you for a while?
He's just a bum alien.
You're yeah. Do you think it doesn't? I find it so weird with all the mathematicians being no, scientifically speaking, with all these planets in this universe, there should be at least another one.
It's a Stitch scenario that they just hate him so much that they just put him on what they saw as the worst planet, and so he just has to live here now.
Yeah. Or it could be one of the. I really like the idea. There's an alien council, and somebody's reviewing our planet for the council, and it's dude, they are still racist and don't know how to use nukes yet. What is happening down there? And
Their Wi-Fi still sucks. How is this possible?
And then Gary on the other side of the table. Okay, you gotta calm down there, Farrell. All right, they are new. They've only lived for about a couple thousand years. Well, they suck still.
We've lived in the same universe this whole time. How could they not have this technology?
Aliens watching right now are like,
I like these two.
They're like, that is an offensive voice.
And then
do not sound like that.
yeah, y'all. And then there's one guy in the background. Nah, y'all sound really fucking stupid sometimes. What do you mean?
Why do you speak in the tongue of Earthling?
You gotta get used to the culture, bro. You ever heard this? Yeah, you heard of this Riri album? This is gas.
You see the halftime show?
She's pregnant again. No way. I was like, yeah, man. I feel like that's what aliens low key do, though.
They watch halftime?
They have to watch this. If there is aliens and there is an alien council and our solar system is kept in like a little like baby crib for like it's like so everybody to watch. I swear to God, it probably is like that where everyone's like, dude, these guys are a little bunch of freaks, man. Look at these guys. It is weird too. Like it's not unimaginable not to think about it like that because it's all like with certain technology in which you can do like there's no way there's not some like floating camera around that can't be detected. Like if the U.S. government can make wall hacks an actual thing, I wouldn't be shocked if an alien race could make a drone like unseeable.
I guess that's true.
So just so like them having reality television on us is kind of funny. Like it's like I'm not trying to make the idea sound sexy or anything, but like it's not that difficult to believe.
Speaking of a little tangent here, speaking of reality TV, I was at Val's sister's last night. We were just all hanging out, and they just decided to randomly put on 1,000-Pound Sisters, and I actually got invested into it. Like I got invested in that family of very, very overweight people. My favorite character out of all of them is the brother. He's losing weight. He's getting places.
Yeah.
Caleb was watching something last night too, where I was just like, and it was the most stupidest thing. I'm like, Caleb, why am I watching this? I am drawn to watching this.
It was the entire Shrek movie, but only when they say E.
So you're the people who watch those videos.
Sometimes I just get bored and I'm scrolling and I just see something and I stop to just kind of see what that would even entail, and it just sucks me in. It's like a black hole.
But
I was just like sitting there. I was just sitting and watching, like had no emotion, just was like invested in and I was just like, oh, I remember that part. Yeah,
that's an ancient ass meme.
And then I just stopped and I was like, Caleb, what am I doing? Why am I just watching this stupid video on Ease on Shrek? Like I'm actually invested in this stupid video.
Like Alex said, is just somebody who got really high with his friends in Discord. They're watching Shrek. And then he's like, I'm just going to edit all the E's. Sorry.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Okay.
Any other things about aliens when you want to keep on? What's your fucking crazy alien take? Like, what do you think aliens are actually like? Because I keep on over here.
If in the reality that they are real, which they aren't.
Sure.
So, aliens. Do you want my most fantastical alien society?
Sure.
So, basically, just take Marvin the Martian, but put him into Star Wars. They all talk like Marvin the Martian, but everyone looks like just Star Wars characters. Every single person, even Princess Leia, talks like Marvin the Martian.
I need a recap on what Marvin the Martian sounds like.
Earthling, what are you doing in my planet?
All right, now say a Princess Leia line as Marvin the Martian.
Anakin, I loved you.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, you are my only hope.
That's that. The whole entire universe sounds like that.
That sounds pretty stupid.
That does sound pretty stupid.
That sounds like the most.
Well, so are aliens. So
An alien just shows
you
up
get
in the room.
zapped.
Fuck you. And
know
then
what?
disappears.
If the alien shows up, I'm prepared. I am prepared. Aliens, you think you can fight me? I got the tactical shovel on me now at all times.
Why is it in the living room?
I was prepared. I was prepared for you to say something about the aliens attacking. Aliens, you see this weapon of mass destruction? You better not try nothing. Don't you dare.
All right.
Anyways.
What's your fantastical take?
I don't really have a fantastical take.
Do you think they smoke weed?
That's a good question.
I'm sure they do.
They might.
There's definitely alien hippies.
There got to be at least one Joe Rogan alien.
Fantastical take would
Meep
have
Mogan.
to be.
Meep Mogan.
Morgan.
No, that's my fantastical take. There has to be a race of aliens like Meep. There has to be.
Meep.
I think that's gonna be the thumbnail. Aliens.
Meep.
I say just Guardians of the Galaxy is like my fantastical take. Just
This fucking raccoon,
just
a
anything.
talking tree, a green lady,
Sky's the limit.
and a blue robot,
That's true.
and Batista.
And specifically, there's an alien that looks exactly like Dave Bautista. Does exactly what he does on Earth, but on a different planet.
That'd be so cool. Imagine if they join forces.
At that point, that's just a doppelganger.
A little bit. You ever think about that? You ever think there's somebody out here, somebody here on this planet that kind of looks like you? Like that one PewDiePie meme where he was like 3 different guys. Like he was a priest, some random
He's
guy.
a priest.
Yeah, have you never seen Priest PewDiePie?
No.
Yeah, that was a thing for a little bit. And then there was a few other ones. There was some guy in America that kind of looked like him. Stuff. It was kind of cool. And that Walter White kind of guy on TikTok.
Walter White. Yeah. You ever think about other universes? I think I think we've had this exact discussion before.
Yeah, but now we have Colby. Colby, what do you think the evil version of you is doing?
Evil version of me.
Yeah, what's the evil version of Colby doing? Breaking hearts, slaying pussy? Like, what is he doing? Conquering the world?
Yeah, definitely abusing his power. What is he doing?
I don't know. What is he doing?
Nothing.
It's something.
Do you think he's racist?
Oh, my evil part. I was talking about Caleb.
Oh.
You think well, if he's opposite me, then yeah.
How racist, though?
Racist?
Because it'd be the opposite. So how unracist are you?
I am zero racist, so he'd
be
be
100% racist. So he hates everybody.
He hates himself.
Damn.
He hates himself.
Is that his villain arc?
Probably.
Okay. What is your opposite doing, Caleb?
Man, he's probably killing people right now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Destroying a planet.
What is my opposite doing? Probably doing like some suspicious activity.
He's doing cocaine.
Probably. Joey, I think I'd probably the evil version of me would probably be doing cartel shit. I think.
Sounds about right.
And he'd have only a stash.
His name is Zella.
No, if I had like an evil name, I think it would just be like Petrie or something.
Petrie?
Yeah. But it's
That doesn't even make sense.
But it's like Petrie. Because everybody thinks I'm Russian, so I probably went with it. So I just kind of went with it like a oh yeah, that guy's name isn't that hard. He then forces you down onto a table, put a knife next to your throat. Say my fucking name is stupid one more time. Like I'll fuck Andrew like I did the other fucking guy over there. Like
Andrew?
Like sure, something like that.
Your brother?
Sure. I'll fucking Andrew. Like I feel like it'd be like, oh, he has a silly, because I would choose a serious name, so he would choose a silly name. But I'd be like, yeah, everyone just makes fun of it. Who cares? That's my serious name.
Caleb believes opposite him is backwards his name. So Belak.
There's that universe, everyone's name is just backwards.
I don't view it in
There's
one.
Zella. There's E-Block.
E-Block.
That's Colby.
What in the bizarro ass?
See?
I'm not Superman. Or I don't even know. Wait, no, it wouldn't be I. I don't even know how the fuck Bizarro talks.
I don't know.
Okay, back to aliens. So Saiyans are aliens. Do you think something like that could be a thing?
If there was a race of aliens that got stronger by damage, I would be terrified. Like if they had the ability to like, I don't know, transmutate or like force like kinetic electricity out of their body somehow that could blow up buildings and get stronger because you hurt them because their body has some type of reaction to it, I would be terrified.
Man, I'd just ask to have my DNA transfused with theirs. Give me power. I want power. My life's so boring.
Well, yeah, it'd be weird. What if Frieza exists? Maybe that's why no aliens
Ultra
visit.
racist?
Yeah, to be honest, maybe.
Probably.
Dirty monkeys. Vegeta this, Vegeta that. That's why I imagine Frieza.
Our universe is Frieza. He's like,
Yeah, he's a little bit Italian.
he's
What if you redubbed all of Frieza's lines to be Italian?
Isn't that just the Italian version of the show?
Well, like it had accent, the stereotypical version of it.
You never know.
Monkey, man.
I don't think that's Italian.
Or like, you know what I meant? I meant the funny one, not actually Italian.
Someone from Chicago.
This is Chicago.
Yeah, a little bit. What if Goku was from Chicago?
He's a
Goku
Bulls
was
fan?
Kanye West. Deep dish pizza. Deep dish attack.
Deep dish attack. That's Krillin's special move.
Okay, I got
Destructo deep dish.
I have a dumb question to ask you guys. If Krillin was a race, would he be Asian in your mind? Because in my mind, I actually don't view him as Asian.
Pretty sure most of them are Asian.
Taiwanese. I don't know.
See,
Yeah,
no-
he's a monk, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he'd actually be Indian, like Tibet.
He's a little light skinned to be.
Yeah.
But everybody's light skinned in that show. No one has fucking complexion. Either you're white.
Hercule.
He's
Oob.
he's the literal only one.
Oob.
Oob. That's true.
Yeah, but
Mr.
he's
Popo.
yeah,
the,
but okay.
the Native Americans.
The racist one.
The actual.
What?
The
What?
actual.
There's like only
he
3
beats
tones.
actual Native Americans.
They stopped showing up after Dragon Ball. They don't count anymore. No one's watched Dragon Ball. Are you
They're in
dumb?
Z.
Are they not in filler? Wait, are they in filler? Yeah, they're in filler. Oh,
Still counts.
it's filler. I don't count. It's filler. Who counts filler?
Okay, I guess.
Who's watched the original Dragon Ball? You watch Kai. Kai's the best version of it, not the 4Kids version.
I
No.
disagree. I hard disagree.
Why is it because of the fucking? I swear to God, if it's because of the soundtrack, I'm gonna.
It's the soundtrack. It's the blood turned to sweat.
That's in the 4Kids version.
Still Kai.
No, that's the 4. It's 4Kids. They replaced the Yu-Gi-Oh gun. Fuck you, you dick. They replaced the fucking. They replaced the guns with fingers.
I don't care.
I guess it's still good.
It's good, but it's not better than.
Fuck the Falconer. I hate that take. The music. I mean, I don't care for the fucking music. I want to see Goku punch Frieza. You think I care in the background?
Then just mute everything and you're fine.
From a person who watched the original version first and then tried to watch Kai and did not like it, that's my take.
I guess.
Did you start with Kai?
I know. I originally watched the original with my uncle back in the day. I went through it. I'm like, okay, this is Dragon Ball. And then watched Kai. I'm like, this is so much better. Like, why? I was like, why did go on that wacky ass journey in the beginning?
Oh, they just cut out fillers?
Just
Yeah.
you just hate the filler then.
Yeah,
don't know
no.
what
I
you're
hate
talking
I hate the
about.
filler and like
Just skip the filler.
I know. I did that when I was older. I did that recently, and I'm like, to be honest, it still doesn't make any sense. I still like the Kai version more. I don't know. I just liked it. It looks better. I just fully enjoyed
It
Kai.
does look better. Just, I don't know, the voice acting's a little different too.
Yeah, because they're all like older. They're like all 20 years older and have more experience. Like Sean Schimmel, everybody on that cast is like that old version sucks. We all suck.
I don't know. For me, music is a huge part in anything.
And also
any
another
sort of
thing
media.
too, and this is just a deep secret hatred. Falconer made like 2 songs on that. Everybody just credits him though. He had like a whole team of guys that actually did it, and everybody just calls it his
Then
done.
that whole team's good. I don't know what you.
And then they stopped, and then they stopped making music. They just stopped after that. It's kind of funny.
Weird.
Yeah.
But for me, I always said I use Sonic as an example. Sonic games weren't always that
Because Crush
great.
40 is just the bomb.
But the music really ropes you in. It gets you in with every single Sonic game. It's the music that makes the game.
Here's another thing I forgot. The music is always constantly playing.
And yeah,
Yeah, that's
how it
the
was in
one
the old
part.
days.
And like, there's some scenes where it plays in the background. I'm like, why is there music? You don't need music here. Why is there? It's
I don't
just,
know. I like it. There's parts on Kai where it's just quiet, and you're like, it's too quiet.
nah, I guess.
And also the music on Kai's too like kiddie. It feels like a kid's show.
Because it kind of is supposed to be.
I like it like.
I guess.
No, I don't like Kai. Nothing against Kai. Like, it's just I prefer the other.
I guess.
Look, when I see Goku going Super Saiyan 3, there's only one song I want to hear.
Actually, I really don't even like that version of the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. I really don't like the theme they used. I think in the original Dragon Ball one, the OG one, and the Japanese version, I actually prefer. The music in that one's actually good. But everything else, though, it's fine.
Disagree.
I disagree as well.
You guys don't even watch the sub, so I don't.
I did. I've watched.
Oh, did you actually?
I've watched every single version of,
Ah.
except not like Francois or Espanol.
I need to watch it in
just watched
Spanish.
Japanese and then Kai.
I wonder what the DBZ audience feels about the Dragon Ball dubs, because I need to know what they were listening to. That shit is fucking everywhere.
I don't know.
I feel like maybe there was just like some fucking like mariachi band in some of those scenes or something. Something had to be going on. There's no way you get that addicted to Dragon Ball, man. That's just wild.
Good stuff.
Where Goku becomes the mascot of a taco truck. Or some shit. You gotta love Dragon Ball for that to
I
happen.
really do.
It's fucking weird.
Man. Yeah.
You think aliens like fruit?
Fruit?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It is alleged that they don't eat.
Well, that's stupid.
I don't know.
They're stupid.
I won't lie though, that does kind of make sense. If you're doing space travel, the less you have to eat, the better.
Are they all just the plants from Little Shop of Horrors?
A little bit. They should be. Like,
Do they sing?
Probably.
Do they have little musical numbers when you talk to them?
they probably think to themselves,
I'm gonna blow up Canada.
why would you do that to Canada?
You shot them down.
Why? Canada's such a
Why not?
nice place.
I don't know.
Except for that one law
as the
that
plant
passed.
aliens.
I'm sure. Do they like
It's not me.
Do they like soil?
So if an alien just
Beamed its way into this room.
actually not even if an alien just knocked on the door and stood there and you answered it, what would you do?
I'd be like, just shut the door.
And then he just knocked again. Would you answer again?
Take me to your later.
Answering, just keep answering it and then closing the door.
What in the Family Guy bit?
Yeah.
That is Family Guys. I
God,
can't
this is so
stand
weird. It's like that
Family
one
Guy.
time I had to fight JFK in a hospital.
I hate those
Flash cut.
stupid jokes so much.
And they should have ended after season 3.
Just ended after season 1.
They just Family Guys. I might regret saying this.
What? Say it.
It's not my cup of tea, but like their type of comedy is like make people awkwardly watch the show. Like they'll do like a bit. That time I did this, and then the characters are just staring at each other.
I'm doing this.
And you're like
See,
forced
but
to laugh.
this is as a guy that watched Family Guy a lot. That's like everything past like season like 6. Like those first like 5 seasons are like, okay, this is watchable. It's not the best, but it's watchable. Everything afterwards is cut and dry humor. That's ass.
So what you're saying is shows just need to end at a certain point when they start running out of jokes.
Yeah, a little bit.
SpongeBob, 100% is that on
Yeah.
steroids. That's like the main example of a show that needed to end after the original creator.
I've
left.
seen some of the clips of the newer episodes with that. They
think
definitely have a new animation team. It looks pretty enjoyable.
They brought back a lot of the old writers for the
Before
newer
he
seasons.
passed, the guy, the original writer was there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
that weird like awkward stage.
There's like seasons 5 through, was it like 10? Were just
ass.
bad. The animation was bad. The
There was
storytelling
no
was
heart.
bad.
That's what I like to say is like you can tell when things don't have heart put to them. It's just like money. You're gonna throw something together for money.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. SpongeBob's the only show Nick didn't cancel.
That is true.
Do you think aliens?
Run Nick? Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't
they
believe
like
in
feet too.
aliens.
Like feet.
Wait a second. You don't believe in aliens?
Meep Morp.
Next to doubt.
Next to
Wait a
doubt.
second.
Morp. No.
No, what?
I was
He's
That's what an al-
stammering.
That's what an
He's
alien would
stammering,
say.
Alex.
That's what an alien would
I think.
say.
Hold on. I think.
Hold
we're
on.
it.
Yo, low-key though.
Loki.
Loki. He's an alien. Technically.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he
Yes.
technically
He's not
an
from
alien?
here.
Okay,
And
that's
we're
the
aliens
more.
to them.
He's from a different planet. And
I think it's in a
down to
different
Earth.
realm. I don't know how the fuck the MCU version of realms is weird because it's just some like floating like thing in space.
True.
The only person who's not an alien is Ant-Man. I swear, and Iron Man, and
The Avengers.
Everybody
because
that
wouldn't
was
you consider anyone
Everybody
who
who's not
has
Thor.
superpowers kind of alien?
no.
They came from
They're
Earth.
alienated from like society. They're different.
Okay.
That's
X-Men
more like
plot.
a
technical.
cult. That's more like a cultural thing.
I'm just saying, like technically, they could be alienated.
Okay, X-Men plot.
You know what? You're not wrong when you say it like that. The X-Men are kind of weird.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about DNA
The X-Men?
mutations?
Pretty cool.
Okay. If we're
Wish
gonna,
I had a healing factor.
I wish I had the Darwin gene. That shit would be fire.
Wish I had the Phoenix Force.
No, out of everything you just said in that statement, fuck the Phoenix Force. That's the worst. That is the worst power to have in Marvel. Like, you get all those abilities, but you get controlled by the Phoenix. Fuck that.
It
Sounds
happened
fun
when
to me.
the last baby elephant dies, and then he's like,
See, that's the only time I would use the Phoenix Force.
So what are you saying? It sounds fine.
Sounds fine. Like when a baby elephant dies. Nah, the Darwin gene is like one of those OP as fuck like mutant abilities. You just have the ability to beat any other ability, and then when you don't, you just teleport away.
Okay, bye.
You know, that's what happens. It's like,
pop out.
like Darwin can. I don't think his name was Darwin, but like his ability is like, oh, I'm fighting Wolverine. I have the power to dunk you in water now, and then like he suffocates Wolverine to death or something with his ability. Oh, I'm fighting Magneto. Here's a plastic straw that goes through your fucking dome. Blark.
Sometimes I think writers just get really
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
run out of ideas.
Yeah.
I think writers apply themselves to like the most powerful characters.
Yeah.
And they just are like, I'm going to run through all the Marvel characters with me. I'm going to make me run through all the Marvel characters.
Won the gauntlet.
Plot be darned. There's no rhyme or reason.
Oh yeah, here's another funny one to talk about if we're talking about Marvel. This morning, Marvel released a little not released, but I think they just retweeted something like on their own page, and they credited the artist of like Spider-Man and Mary Jane kissing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody in the comment section and the quote retweets is all like, "Why is Spider-Man kissing another man's wife? Because Mary Jane is married to some fucking like writer self-insert." Whatever bullshit in the comics right now, and is making like 20-year-old like or 30-year-old Peter Parker act like he's still 15 and shit. It's just like, remember like 15 years ago when these two were married and Peter was going through his like stuff and he was happy, and you could have totally moved on to Miles and made him go through like change and stuff, but clearly you guys are too afraid of change. Never really try to do anything with your actual fucking comics. Like, everybody's burnt out of ideas, and all of you have now just become shills to Disney and Warner Bros. But, you know, unironically, DC actually has some pretty good stories, but they're just never mentioned because, you know, their entire film industry somehow, no matter how small it was, became so big and popular that it fucked them over tremendously. And it's really funny. Now that I'm going on this tangent, it's weird how all of those movies somehow made everybody think Superman is a fucking, like, godlike person, when in all reality, he's just trying to be normal, but he just wants to be helpful with his powers. And everybody totally got the message completely wrong, but now that's the stigmatism because movies are more popular than comics.
I think Alex has a deep hatred.
Yes, I do. Fuck those movies. All of them. Every single one. Marvel and DC included. Like, they're all garbage. They all ruin the characters in some way. Like, Tony was an alcoholic. He had problems.
Did they ruin the characters, or did they just write their own versions of the characters?
See, that's not wrong, but then those versions of the characters became the mainstream version of the characters, so the ones that I read who were completely independent started becoming those characters.
All right, Alex, I was agreeing with you at first, but now it just sounds like you're a whiny fanboy.
I know I am. Like, I totally am being a whiny fanboy. Like, Tony was like a depressed alcoholic who had money and was going through issues and was trying to solve himself.
He wasn't that in the movies?
Only in movie one, and then everything afterwards, he just became depressed and had PTSD, and so that kind of somewhat stopped because Civil War happened, and he's just kind of became like
My favorite version of the characters is Ultimate Alliance. So
that's not wrong. That's a good version.
I actually like the movies for Marvel. I do not like DC though,
Why?
because they're just terrible. They're
The movies or the characters?
just everything about DC. The only thing that's good
Batman.
is everything Batman is just
Yeah, that's the whole
Perfect.
rogue
It's
gallery
perfect.
of everybody in DC. It's a Batman villain.
yeah. And what's funny is like about 50% of Marvel characters are copied from like a DC character, and they just make them better. It's like they made them better. Like, you can't get mad at them.
I won't lie. DC sometimes goes really crazy with their characters, but I won't lie. There are some few, like I think Superman, Wonder Woman I haven't really got into. Superman, Batman, some of the Green Lanterns, depending on who's writing them and what character it is pretty good. What else? Some of the Robins have a couple good stories every once in a while, but like there's always a small handful that go crazy. But I feel like in Marvel's case, everybody kind of has a shot at one point or another to do something.
Yeah, the writing for Marvel movies is very good right now.
Apparently, Ant-Man sucked.
Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man?
Yeah, apparently. Critics gave it a 64. That's kind of unseen.
I thought it was like a 75.
Yeah, it was 64 this morning, apparently. So
How'd Wakanda do?
Huh?
How'd Wakanda do?
I had like an 80, I think.
Okay, that one apparently went hard, but no one fucking talked about it.
It was really good. It was actually really good.
Yeah, so I'm kind of worried about.
I think critics just never liked the Ant-Man movies though.
Yeah, this might be a case where the critics like don't like it and the audience do, but it also could be another case where the critics are just kind of fed up with it and like maybe the audience might too. But I don't know.
As long as it follows, like, because I was rewatching the first Ant-Man the other day. I'm showing Val the Ant-Mans before we watch it, but like honestly, rewatching it, they're just fun movies. Like, as long as they stick to like the heist formula.
I don't think it is going to be like a heist formula.
If it doesn't, then I'll be a little disappointed.
I think it's more serious tone.
Yeah, because
they did say it was supposed to be more serious.
Like, and here's another thing: Superman, one of the most iconic heroes in the world, only has like what? Technically, it has a trilogy of movies, but the fact that Ant-Man has more a more continuous trilogy of movies other than fucking Superman.
Positively reviewed.
Positively reviewed too. More than Superman's just like, damn. How did you fuck up this hard?
You know what the problem is? I think the problem with Superman is he's too boring because he's too powerful. And he has being a normal person is just kind of boring. It's like, oh, woe is you. Oh, you can fly. Oh, woe is you. You can't get killed. Oh, sorry.
So, okay, here's the thing with Superman stories. That's not the point. The point is not him lifting the... I don't know. To be honest, he's really done everything. So, like, imagine that. That's not the point. The point is Superman just being like, you got to believe in yourself. Like, he's supposed to be optimism and stuff. Like, some of his greatest stories are always like, see, I fucking just fought Darkseid to the death, but the only reason why I actually won because I love my family and I wanted to be a good person. That's the message you're supposed to be taking out of it.
Sounds like the writers aren't doing a good job.
The movie ones, yeah, it kind of is.
All of them right now. Currently not.
Oh yeah, no, currently yeah. All the old stories that I'm talking about.
Still not doing a good job.
Yeah, although all the ones I was talking about are from like the 80s and 90s. And maybe the early 2000s.
Like the problem I have with Superman is like, how does Batman always oust him? How does he always
So okay, that's the other thing too. So here's the power scaling of it.
Like,
the examples you're thinking of are very few in number, but there's a lot of cases where Superman's like, dude, I could literally like snipe you from like halfway across the continent if I wanted to. If I just whistled or blew just like loud enough, you'd be fucked. So it's kind of like one of those cases where like, Batman could beat Superman, but it's like, yeah, if he's prepared, if he's just caught off guard with Superman just showing up.
So the way they should write Superman is like how they wrote Captain Marvel.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Is how, we're gonna die, and then bam, here he comes, Bush, and you're like, yeah, that's what. I feel like that's how they should write him. Then,
yeah, that's like he's the last 30 minutes when you need a badass montage scene. The heroes are damn, they can't do anything. Look up into the sky. It's the blue Boy Scout showing up. Yeah, that's what.
I think that was perfectly written for her because I was like, where is she this whole time? And it's like, of course they're gonna keep her away because she's just gonna maul everyone.
Fucking took on Thanos like it was nothing. Well, okay, that's really weird. Even though in the comics, like he's taking on her, Thor, Hulk all at the same time and kicks their asses. Like, okay, this is weird. Doesn't make any sense. MCU Thanos is just weird. But no, I kind of do find it a little bit disappointing that I kind of do like DC. Like a lot of their stories are really, really cool. I think they just get overshadowed. Mm-hmm. And the Snyderverse is just ass. Like, how do people dick ride it this hard, dude?
I don't know.
Specifically,
because it's DC.
Batman versus Superman, which upon release was already a joke.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Henry Cavill.
I was always
he got screwed.
I was always a Spider-Man fan, always a Batman fan, And like I just, it's not like I prefer one over the other.
Colby grew up on Peak. He got both the 90s animated Spider-Man and Batman the Animated Series.
Damn, you lived in the fucking goated era of all those cartoons, bro. That's crazy. Me and Caleb got the shit end of the stick, and then we're just in this weird area.
They keep canceling all the good ones.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. YouTube is quite literally the only place where you see some bitchin' animation now. But another thing, too, is, and I kind of wanted to mention this, is like the Flash movie.
Oh.
And I won't lie. I was kind of impressed in the trailers. And I was just like, damn, I'm not going to watch this movie, even though this seems really interesting.
What do you think of the Batgirl movies? Or the one that
that got fucking canceled and is now lost media?
Yeah.
I was kind of interested. Apparently that one might have been good.
A banger.
Might have been a banger.
But why did it happen?
Oh, they just cut it.
Why?
No fucking... I think it was a tax write-off.
There's always a reason.
It was during the time when... was it Warner, right? Warner got bought out by Discovery. So they're just like, look at all this cool stuff that Warner's been making. Bye. Like, all their animated stuff got canceled right then and there.
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense.
And then they made Velma.
Oh, that's right.
That's where it really doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah, and this was all completely collapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost... They tried to save, a couple $1 million and lost, like, $1 billion or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking wild.
Conspiracy.
No, they just suck.
Maybe they're just bad at business.
It's like that one a spill that's happening in Ohio right now.
Oh yeah, they just didn't talk about that.
Nope. They really it was only what $25,000 loss in profit or whatever. And by cutting corners they still make profit. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
That's interesting. Gotta love the media cover up on that.
Yep.
It's kind of fucking crazy.
What else do they cover up?
Aliens.
Probably.
Back in full circle.
The aliens. They use aliens as a cover for what they're really doing.
They are the aliens.
They are the aliens.
Probably.
They knew Batgirl was going to do good, and the aliens came. Stop that.
I'm not going to be honest, though. Who deletes the whole fucking movie?
They said it was done. They literally said the movie was done.
Yeah.
And they said, you know what? Instead of making money on something,
I'm gonna be honest.
Done,
that makes no fucking sense in hindsight.
That's what I'm saying.
There is a finished file on your thing. You wasted the company that just bought them out. You will waste no money because you have to. How does that work?
I have a business degree. Like it wouldn't make sense just to throw it away. That you lose all the money throwing it away.
But it's also a tax write-off because I think that's what you can legally still do with it. Even though you never like...
I just feel like they'd make more money than if they just used it as a tax write-off.
Yeah, it's so...
Because there's no way that didn't make
But the funny thing is they still fucking went with the fucking Flash movie.
That's true. Nobody likes Ezra Miller.
It makes no fucking sense. It really doesn't... Okay, how do you... Batgirl had no controversy, but I won't lie also. It also had like no fucking hype. So maybe it played a part in it. The Flash movie. The Flash movie had a fucking convicted, criminalized on the run, and you didn't say to yourself, maybe we should possibly cancel this.
Maybe this isn't a good idea to release.
Hold on. I have a question for you guys, or more like a statement. In past this thing podcast, you have been very clear to me how you guys do not like the human race.
I very much don't.
I really don't.
So why is it, Caleb, when an Alan knocks on your door, you treat him so bad when he feels the same way as you?
An Alan? You mean an alien?
An Alan.
An Alan.
My mistrust of any other living thing stretches far beyond our known universe.
I'd greet him.
You'd greet him?
Yeah.
Alex says he's cool.
I mean, I guess it depends on
if he has a laser rifle in his hand, I'm gonna be like, all right,
it really depends on how he approaches, because he could be like, nah, and I'd be like,
what if that's how they say hello? They go,
what if he's like that but with a cake, but it's like
it's actually a gun.
Well, I mean,
cool person though with a gun. Which would you? Which would you trust more?
Neither. I wouldn't take cake from a cool person.
What about an orange cat? What if there's like a a xenomorph mother was like right at the door, but with an orange kitten.
I'd be like,
any sugar, honey?
is it alive?
And then you have like a Vegeta looking guy, but he has like a dual pistols with skulls on him.
If he looked like Vegeta, then I'd already be a little concerned.
But which would you trust more?
Me looking at Vegeta in my room.
Which would I be more safe with, a bear or a tiger? I wonder.
But one's showing peace and one's showing not peace.
How do I know it's showing peace?
I think the gun insinuates panic.
How do I know that it didn't catch that cat and it's going to eat it on my porch?
Okay, I have a question.
That
Then.
is true,
Let's apply it to a human. What if a crazy looking guy was like knocked at your door with an orange cat? How would you feel?
I'd be concerned, but then I'd ask him, what you want, dog?
I mean, I guess it depends on if we can actually communicate. Like if a xenomorph could communicate the fact that it doesn't want to hurt me, I'd be like,
This is a bit suspicious,
okay.
but I'm going to roll with it.
But like if a crazy guy had a cat, I'd be concerned for that cat's safety. For one,
I'm trying to say is someone's trying to present you like a peaceful gesture. And I just said orange cat because I know how much you
Kill
love
immediately. Want to go?
Colby's trying to test whether or not I trust people, and he's consistently seeing that I distrust anybody who knocks on the door.
I'm going to be honest. That's just me in general. Who the fuck knocks at my door, dog? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here.
If you're not invited,
It's an
leave.
analogy. I'm not.
If you're not invited, I want you to leave. Unless you're delivering me a package.
Different analogy. You go to the grocery store and you see a xenomorph holding a cat. What are you gonna do then? Not the door analogy, because I have the same.
So a xenomorph like crawls out of the alleyway with a kitten in his hand.
No, it's in the grocery store buying stuff.
He's buying groceries.
And he has an orange cat on his head, and then you see him, and he's like right away. Sorry, I had
Like,
the
hey, the
mic
pickle's
away.
over there.
He has an orange cat on his head, and you see him, and he's like turns right to you, and he's like looking at you. What are you gonna do?
But
But he has an orange cat smiling on his head.
I'd be a little curious as to what's happening.
But it has a grocery cart too. Like, there's several things you need to know here. It is clearly buying groceries,
And he has a bag of sour gummies, and he's like eating it. He's like,
and
eating the
maybe
sour
he has
gummies.
khakis on. Like, it is clearly shown this alien has integrated itself into society. What are you going to
And
do?
a Titans jersey, a like ripped up Titans
Yeah,
jersey.
like he's clearly trying to be normal. There is an attempt to be normal here.
So you want my answer?
Yes,
I
in
think
this scenario.
I think the first thing I do is get in my car and drive myself to a psych ward because clearly I'm going through something
but there's
right now.
but there's other people around him, and they're like, he's clearly greeting them. He's being kind.
The other people are
They're slightly concerned too, but they're not too concerned.
I guess if everybody seems okay with the situation, then we probably just continue on with our lives.
So if he says hi to you, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, hi,
Hey,
like the cat. Oh, thank you.
the cat talks.
He's my translator.
I mean, you're presenting me with a scenario that, for one, is impossible. And
This is gonna happen next week, and it's gonna be a movie.
For two, like, honestly,
We need some fan art of that. Can we get a xenomorph
it's like
with
this.
an orange cat?
It's like the
khakis,
same.
and a
It's the
Jersey?
same idea as if like a deer walked into a Walmart.
So that's a skinwalker. That ain't a deer.
That's a demon.
That's a demon. The xenomorph is more realistic.
Oh, sorry. How silly of me to think that a deer could possibly walk into a grocery store.
It's the one from Adventure Times where it takes off its fucking hooves and it's like it starts licking you.
That's weird.
I'd probably
How long has this episode been?
an hour.
Exactly.
I'd probably question my entire mindset at that point in time because I continue to see shadow things in the corner of my eye. So
Okay,
I'd probably,
so you're done questioning it, and they're like, "Oh no, that's real, Caleb." Now what are you doing?
oh, okay.
The next week he shows up to the White House and is now the president of the United States.
I don't remember voting for him.
I would like to thank Caleb from the supermarket. Dale.
What did I do?
Also, you have to team up with him to destroy the evil forces that threaten the Earth.
Now that'd be pretty cool.
Caleb and the xenomorph with the orange cat.
Caleb has a Spider-Man story where he doesn't trust that xenomorph like Venom, but he has to team up with him.
Yeah.
See, now you're just making it cool.
Well, maybe
Exactly.
they are cool.
Oh, I don't know.
And the kid actually knows Jedi mind tricks, so it's actually really cool.
You know that saying, you fear what you don't understand and hate what you cannot conquer.
That's a raw ass line right there.
You guys act like you'd act any different. You guys probably be
I think we would.
even more.
I think I would be nervous, but I wouldn't like.
You wouldn't want
be
to
like,
kill right away.
That's so peculiar. Anyway,
I mean, my first thought wouldn't be to kill. I'd just be more like,
why the fuck is he buying? No.
There is a literal. Is this a man in a costume, a xenomorph costume, buying groceries with a cat on?
Unironically, that would be my first thought. That's a really good cosplay, my dick dog.
And then like I just be very I think just confused. I don't even know how to respond to seeing something like that.
So hold on.
I don't even know how to respond when a wild animal is approaching me.
Now let's ask this question: how do you think people would have reacted to that 100 years ago?
An alien?
Kill it.
Racism.
Okay, but
Racism.
now what you just said is you would stare at it and be like, you're more like, I guess, desensitized. What would be the right?
I think desensitized would be the question because there's a lot of motherfuckers out here who can like make a convincing xenomorph cosplay. I'm not gonna lie. There's some guys out there who can do some crazy shit with a fucking knife.
It's just
Some
like
wood.
You see what I'm trying to say,
It's
though?
the bit from every movie. Man, killer costume, bro.
Do you think the world's trying to prepare us for aliens?
Unironically, like I'm saying it, man. Like the government's actually really being like, ooh, classified documents. Anyway,
Anyway,
it doesn't really matter. We can talk about it later. They do it over the next couple of years, and aliens actually show up. It's like, no, we already know about them. We're showing you guys. It's good. You're overblowing it.
Anyway,
And the
I think-
motherfucker from the doctor from Doctor Who shows up. Wait on here. Wait a minute here.
There's a lot of assumption that the rest of the world thinks the way we do.
That is also true.
well, they do kind of latch on it. We're kind of the upper, and everyone's latched onto us.
Yeah, I watched
we're the-
RRR.
We're
That
the
movie was
big
crazy.
brother of the world, I'd say. Like people kind of are influenced by us.
A little bit. When you control the whole world's
You talking about
Internet
America
connection.
or are you just us?
Hmm?
Are you talking about America or us specifically?
If it was us three,
I wish it was
that's
us
crazy.
three. I really do wish we
If
had
it
that
was more
much
people like
influence.
me, I think the world would be a lot better.
I actually agree. I would agree. Alex is a good guy.
Alex would probably.
Like, I don't want to hurt other people.
They just all be vibing.
They wouldn't be doing anything. If there was only me on the planet and we all
until there's the last burrito.
oh, okay, no. At one, oh, okay, that's weird though. No, we would all no. So if there was a whole bunch of me with
They'd be like, "Hey yo, there's only one burrito left."
My brain automatically thinks of like like a sim game, and all the Alexes moving at the same time.
we all would walk the same, depending. No. What I would think would happen is like all the Alex would be like, okay, we're not all that smart. We don't. No. In a sense, we don't know quantum physics or anything like crazy. I'm assuming everybody on the Earth is replaced by me. So then, what we would all do, all the Alex would be like, okay, some of the Alexes need to figure out quantum physics, so we solve the food problem, we solve the water problem, we don't consume as much land. Like honestly, an Alex army would probably be pretty efficient at bare minimum. Like probably take a few years, but an Alex army would probably get it down. So it'd be like, okay, we solved the food crisis, we solved the water thing. We live in a pretty good area. We all try to live at least pretty half decently. Some of us need to throw out the trash a little bit more. I'm looking at you, Alex. 5.6.7 billion.
The 0.6.
Like, yeah, he got cut in half with part of the physics. It's fine. He's good. He's in a wheelchair. Okay, so like we all figured it out, and then we all kind of just vibe for the rest of eternity. None of us actually do work. We all do all the work in the beginning, and so all of us can be lazy. Every once in a while, we have to like rotate it out to like, fill in those spots for that weekend. But in theory, we all should be good. I think a world full of Alexes should work in theory if they all act like me. There might be some like cultural differences that might occur between the Alexes, where I don't know, maybe the Asian Alex is a little bit more like racist or something, or maybe like the South American Alex is a bit like too lazy, so it kind of fucks up the system. But I don't, if we all act the same and there is no differences whatsoever, even over time, like they all act like the prime version of Alex, it should work. I think a peaceful world of Alexes should work. I think.
So I have a question. Let's go back to a question we had on a past episode. Do you think then it's because you have a different kind of intelligence?
Yes. I have to agree. I would have to agree. Like I gave grace to me. If I were to solve all my problems, it would take probably a bit. There'd be a subsect of Alexes, or maybe even all the Alexes, that have to read quantum physics. Like they have to learn about that certain thing to solve that certain problem. So it'd be like, okay, over time it'd have to like solve itself or whatever.
I'm not sure what you did to Caleb, but he has like a bad taste in his mouth for some reason.
I think we somehow became into a tangent that became the most stupid conversation we've ever had.
So okay, we're gonna keep on going with it. A world of Colbys, what's happening? Because I know what Alex would do with the world of Alexes. What's a world of Colbys?
I don't think a world would function with a bunch of Colbys because I'm so specific to one thing that like I don't care about any other thing. So I think the world. So
you would go full caveman? All the Colbys would go full caveman?
I don't think caveman. They just all want to do the same thing, and they're like, "Hey, you can't be doing that. Someone has to be doing this." And they're like, "Well, I don't want to do it."
So there would be conflict between the Colbys.
I think there would be conflict.
Okay. What about a world of Caleb's?
We'd all kill ourselves and let the animals take over.
See, well, there'd still be one more Caleb.
How?
One would survive.
How?
Like
How would one survive?
There would just be the best Caleb.
The best Caleb would survive.
The best Caleb would also want the animals to take over the world because he hates people.
So
all the
Caleb's died. It's just him and the animals, and then he'd just kill himself.
Yes.
So that's you if you were by yourself.
Is that just? Are you trying to say something here?
I mean,
if you were by yourself with a bunch of animals, you just kill yourself.
I don't think you guys understand that human interaction with the people I do like keeps me functioning every day.
So you don't like yourself?
No. Why would I like myself?
I like myself at least a little bit. I think that's why a world of Alexes would work. Would be like, okay, we all got our problems, but we need to solve the problems here.
You sound like a me-seek.
If me,
is it Caleb or Caleb?
If the world just became a bunch of me, like there's 8 billion Calebs in the world. Like I've always said there's too many people, so we just put ourselves in a spaceship and just launch ourselves into space.
Could work.
And then blow it up.
You live such a small, dark, depressing life. I'm scared.
I don't care. Honestly, I've always thought, I mean, if it's just me, then there's no reason to continue.
Hold on. I can make this a little bit more spicier. It's 8 billion versions of you, but there's one version of your girlfriend who's winning. Do you think you can take on 7,999,999?
It doesn't matter. He's gonna win.
But it's not. It's not you. It's not the prime version of you. So now you have to fight all of them, and I would win.
I can see all the Calebs gathering up in like a huge stadium, and the main Caleb is like center of all of them. He's like, I have a plan for everyone. And he has like this death tournament, and they all cheer. And they're like,
you guys are taking into account the stupid Caleb, what the stupid Caleb would do.
They're all stupid because they're all you.
But I think you forget the fact that we'd be like, what does Val want to do? Whatever Val wants to do,
8 billion Calebs.
Whatever Val wants to do is what we'll end up doing.
That is true. He would go to that, and Val would be like, I think you guys should all be peaceful, and then they'd like all look at each other,
and then we'd all kill ourselves.
Jesus Christ. But there's one slightly hornier Caleb and be like, I'm not going to do that.
Well, then he gets to become the new Adam with the Val Eve.
I don't know. I'd probably end up killing myself in that war or something. That would be that. I'm a jealous guy. So like all the versions of me would all be like, all right, somebody's dying here.
Because I'm pretty sure Val would probably even agree that living in a world that's completely empty there'd just be no point.
A little bit.
Is that just society now? We're all just killing each other because is that what they believe?
Deep thoughts with Colby.
Deep thoughts.
This is the most Colby's ever talked in an episode.
This is.
Wow, and it derailed the more.
Okay, wait. Question though. So, one version of your girlfriend, 8 billion versions of you. What's happening? I didn't get the answer to this, Colby. I need to know.
Can I answer for you when we get to the Alex one? Because I think I know what's happening.
What the fuck are you implying? I already answered mine. I like end up killing.
But one version of your girlfriend,
Yeah.
it's just the longest train.
No.
The biggest train
No.
ever exist.
No. I'm jealous. There would be only one motherfucker there. So there is going to be one guy that survives out of that 8 billion. None of that is happening. You have a warped idea of what I like. That is not even close to that.
You guys have a warped idea of how I think.
I didn't know you'd kill yourself.
No, I don't think mine's warped. I think mine's pretty spot on.
What is yours? You didn't answer.
We would not fight a tournament.
I would say
That was Colby.
We would immediately, if there's one Val, we'd be like, I already can't make decisions on my own. So we'd be like, all right, Val, what are we doing? And then
there would definitely be conflict between the Calebs.
I think we all, if they all have the same mindset as me, it's like, well, we're all me now, which means there's only really one person on the planet, which means that there's no point in living.
I would try to get a group of Colbys to make a spaceship, and I would send each Colby to a planet. That's what I would do. Or try to recreate Earth in a lot of other planets. That's what I try to do.
Good job, Colby.
I guess
I'd be
Colby
like,
wants
there's
to
one
expand
too
the
many
universe.
Colbys here. We have to expand.
All the Colbys that think they're independent and don't need no woman that way.
The Colbys resorted to colonization.
The Alexes try to solve world hunger. And
Amongst themselves.
And the Calebs decided destruction.
The Calebs decided that since we are the human race, that the human race could just end right there.
All right.
good episode, guys.
Yeah. We started off strong.
I thought we perfectly
This is
ended
the
off.
dumbest conversation we've ever had. And we talked
It
about
kind of
poop.
ties with aliens too, though.
We talked about poop, and somehow we got to the
I
dumbest
think this is a
conversation.
very interesting conversation to have.
Caleb doesn't like aliens. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He doesn't
So
like to
not
deal with
real.
world problems, and he doesn't like to deal with aliens.
If the world problem is the problem of me being everyone, then there really is no problem. We just kill ourselves.
That's a problem.
That's not a
I
problem.
think that's a slight problem. Just a little bit.
Why would we continue? We're gonna die anyways. There's no means of reproduction.
That is true, but let's see who lasts the longest.
Well, I decided to colonize.
The Caleb Hunger Games.
Yeah.
No.
I would like to see an old, wise Caleb who lived through all that and be like, that was a waste of time. But I lived. So fuck all y'all.
So you're assuming that each personality would have a different personality, which means it's not really.
No, I'm
all
assuming.
you.
I'm assuming that
Which
just
would mean,
that
which would mean
last
that
Caleb-
Alexes would have conflict amongst themselves, even if there wasn't a girlfriend.
I was thinking everyone had the same.
Yeah, no, I was
So,
just imagining
yeah,
in
if-
your
if-
scenario, like one Caleb is just like eventually after like killing themselves, this is like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this.
Why would he? Why would I?
I don't know. Maybe
That's
it's just that.
you to answer. We
Maybe-
don't
maybe
know.
it's the prime version of you.
There would be no reason for me to continue if I'm the only person.
I guess.
Actually, what is Adam and Eve then?
No, they had a purpose.
Wasn't it just one person? What if Adam was like? What if this scenario with Adam was like a Caleb, but he took his rib and cloned himself to a woman, and then started making different?
Yeah,
Calebs?
unironically, probably the 8 billion Alexes probably would have thought of that. That's the first thing I actually thought of. Like, there is female genes within me. Like, if I know how to, if
All you have
if-
to do
if-
is change an X to a Y, and there you go.
exactly. Like, we could make.
But why
female
would we do
Alexes.
that when we could just let the animals take their course? And
I don't
Take
want the
over.
animals to be around. I don't care for the animals.
I don't want humans to be around.
You live such an interesting life.
What are
I'm
you
over here
doing?
just be
here?
like, what problems could I solve, Caleb? I'm gonna kill myself.
What would be the reason if it's just a hive mind?
Caleb, You exist right now. What are you doing right now?
Arguing with you guys how stupid that is.
It is to live on this planet?
Yes.
Why are
The
you
nihilism
here?
going crazy right now.
There's no reason. If it's just me as a hive mind, there's no reason to exist.
But what could I do with all that? All the versions of me just thinking the same. Like, what could I accomplish with 8
I'd
million?
be
me's or
so
8 billion?
bored. There'd be no reason.
I go explore the
You could
stars.
do a lot of work with a bunch of Caleb's coordinating.
yeah.
For what purpose? There'd be no
That's
purpose.
the problem is
To
the
have
Caleb's
fun.
don't like to work. They
Like,
like
imagine
to-
We're working towards absolutely nothing. Who are we leaving this towards?
This
Just
is
the animals.
an American mindset. I have to work towards something. All the Alexes with me. You guys want to go like bowling or something? Fuck yeah! Let's have a fucking
There's
8
no
billion
fun if it's
version
just
tournament.
if playing bowling with myself is not fun. I'd rather have somebody with a different mindset play bowling with.
maybe
What
maybe we're
about-
just content with just talking to ourselves.
What if would you rather have to deal with Caleb's at a store or the people you have to deal with at the store?
Honestly, I'd rather deal with people, other
You
people.
don't like yourself
I don't
that
like
much?
people, but honestly, I'd go insane if I only had myself to listen to.
This is new lore I'm learning about
There'd
your
be
brother.
because it's like if I sit in a room by myself, I just get bored. I'm like like working on something. I need somebody else to be shooting
Another
ideas
Caleb.
with me. Yeah, I don't like myself. I don't know how much more you want me to say.
I think we
I like-
found something.
I like. I'm like a
onto
cat.
something.
I find people that I like, and I stick with those people.
I feel so honored now hearing that. I guess.
Caleb is kind of like a little lost puppy where like
No, he's a lost kitten.
I'm
Lost
not even
kitten.
lost. I just stick around, and then I'm like, oh,
No,
I
he
find
likes-
this person interesting.
I'm saying lost kitten because a kitten kind of ventures off and he's like, hey, a person, and then he kind of sticks around.
Maybe
and
that
says-
xenomorph
he
and
likes the
orange
company.
kid analogy was just you. Are you the xenomorph?
and the kitten.
Yeah, like some like the kitten represents your like
like
childlike
a
wonder.
Rorschach test.
Yeah, but like the xenomorph.
He didn't like the xenomorph, but he liked the kitten.
Yeah, the xenomorph like represents the destruction of yourself at the grocery. Like, what does the grocery store represent?
His
Like,
job,
maybe I don't. There's lore here, man.
community.
We need to get a psychiatrist.
This was so stupid.
This is the most ridiculous episode.
It's possible.
Somehow
You're the one
the
that you chose this idea.
I was just wanting to talk about the recent alien events that we got to.
That you don't believe.
What would happen if there
What
was
were you-
8 billion
what did you
people who thought
expect?
exactly the same way, and they all thought like Caleb? And I was like, well, there'd be no reason to exist if everybody thought the
Why are
same
you
way.
so upset by it?
Because it's stupid.
Me and Alex were like, oh yeah,
I think I could do a lot.
okay with it, but you're like, stupid. I kill myself.
Because there's no point in existing at that point.
Okay,
There is a
no.
point.
This one, I want to ask this question. Would all the Calebs kill themselves differently or exactly the same though?
You know what? That is a good question. If they could kill themselves in different 1,000 ways to die, but with Caleb's.
Oh my god!
But honestly, they'd only want to die in an explosion. So really, there's no
How they
reason
exploded is different though.
how they explode. But what if they all wanted to explode as heroes? They couldn't be a hero to anything. That'd just make them more upset. There's no one to save to die dramatically. There's no one to continue living for. What's the point?
Oh my god!
I like how me and Alex gave like answers to possibly change your mind, but you still don't want to take those answers.
Because why would I? Why would I continue?
Oh my god!
I understand why you the very thought of more than one of you would annihilate everything to zero.
Because why? There's no reason to exist if there's just me.
But just you but me and Alex gave the idea of
I think we should end the episode. We can't top this anymore. we quite literally. We can't top this. We just.
we're in
I don't know where
eternal
else this can go.
despair.
Well, okay,
don't
no.
either.
One last question.
Okay.
What's the most popular way between the Calebs killing themselves? Is it by noose?
You said by explosion.
By explosion?
Yeah.
So that'd be the most
Armageddon.
popular?
But
they set off and they found the nuclear codes and they all shot
we
at each
wouldn't
other.
do nuclear codes because then that'd kill the
Okay,
animals.
Sorry, he wouldn't do nuclear codes. He'd find a bunch of Apaches.
Are you an
and they'd be
eco-terrorist?
Towards myself, I guess.
How long?
I mean, I wouldn't do it if there's other people on the planet because other people have other feelings. But if all the Calebs had one singular feeling,
I find it very interesting that he's okay with one Caleb, but once there's more than one,
once there's one more Caleb, we got it.
but that's the whole
Gotta kill
planet is
everyone.
Caleb's. There's no one else to
but there
interact
could
with.
still
but
be one
myself.
Caleb left, and he can repopulate.
With what? The ferns?
What to?
You wouldn't. No, you said one girlfriend,
No, like
or you could
hypothetically,
duplicate yourself to a female.
Oh, that too.
But I
Do
wouldn't.
you think a
want
female Caleb
to.
would like want to live too?
Probably not.
Yeah.
She would want to blow herself up.
She wouldn't love you. Your female self wouldn't love. You know how depressing that shit is? I don't love you, me. Damn.
I guess
But I
Caleb's
probably
right.
wouldn't love me either.
Caleb's right.
You guys are trying to.
I think you need a vitamin gummy.
A vitamin gummy.
I think you're lacking some vitamin C or something, bro.
Just get some sunlight.
Yeah.
It's vitamin D.
You need to realize life. You just,
I'm okay with living currently.
I think we need a psychiatrist to review this episode. Like, look at all your facial like expressions, and just like come into the room later and just be like, Caleb, do you want to talk about your emotions? It doesn't have to be on camera. I don't.
Aliens are coming.
Apparently.
Good.
I think we need to end
They
it.
can end the episode. The aliens coming down. I hope.
I gotta go to Walmart.
Good. Maybe you'll find a xenomorph there. And you can talk
Dude,
to him.
if I fucking find a xenomorph at Walmart, I'm gonna.
You can talk to the xenomorph about what he'd do if he was a hive mind on a planet.
I'm gonna take a picture of him and send it and be like, "Dog, I found you."
Isn't it ironic though? One of your favorite things is a honeybee who has a hive mind, and they all work together.
But they
would
don't.
not.
They aren't all like.
They have one queen, and they all praise the queen and work for the queen. But you'd be like, blah, blah, blah,
but they're all different. They all are slightly different.
Well, maybe the Caleb's too. They walked.
You guys just said they're all the
Okay,
same.
he's
But
changing it. I'm not changing
But
it.
the physical, like
See?
the more things progress
Alex
through
called
life,
you
the
out.
physical features of them would be a little bit different.
I think this is gonna keep on going if we just keep. This is a 3 a.m. conversation we're having here. We need to end this now.
We're gonna go on forever.
Oh,
And we hold on. We have to. There has to be some kind of ceremony where we have to like get this episode, pack it up, and like throw it and never mention it again.
What do you mean? This is our best episode we fucking had.
it was so good talking about the current news climate of the aliens.
I'm
and then
saying-
it derailed.
This is perfect. This is what a Joe Rogan experience episode is.
I'm saying what the problem is. It's like infinite. This discussion goes on forever, and we cannot deal with that again.
But I feel like this is a good question we stumbled upon. A good guy
The
question.
problem is you guys want me to think like you, but I have my specific way of thinking.
I'm not telling you to think like me.
It's just really depressing.
I'm
It's just
questioning
me and Caleb
why.
are just questioning why you just want to fucking end it.
How is it he calls me Caleb to you? Everyone calls me Caleb.
Because you look like the level 32 version of him.
Oh,
It's just
man.
weird.
Alex, we're just questioning you. We're just.
It's so depressing hearing that. Like there's 8 billion versions of me, and you don't think, I don't know, maybe we can play like one game of Smash Bros.
Because it wouldn't be.
No,
because we'd just be. It'd constantly just be like.
But you play on random.
Everybody's just hitting each other at the exact same moment.
But you're on random, so it's none of the same characters.
Everyone chooses random. It's still gonna be about the same. We already
Keyword.
would know.
Gonna, not is.
As time elapses, they're gonna be different.
Then
Okay, you're changing
your
it
scenario
again.
doesn't make
You're changing it.
sense.
But that's just how the way things work. Like me right now is gonna be me
His
different.
is a more realistic 8 billion version scenario. Mine's more like we're all kind of the same or are the same. There's like 3 mentalities of thinking different here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I think we need to end this. Well, if you enjoyed our stupid rant today, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Stay hydrated. Any last words from our
last word comes. The last word comes from the 8 ball.
Why is he
Say a
pulling out the
question.
8-ball?
Say a question.
Does Caleb love himself? The suspense is killing me.
Definite.
This whole episode's going uncut.
I love it. I didn't say anything stupid this episode.
It's too much bubbles. Ask again later.
He's gonna be dead by the time we ask him again later.
Oh my gosh. Just come back next week.